La pandemia del COVID-19 ha causado estragos a los pequeños negocios alrededor del territorio nacional, con muchos de aquellos negocios que conocemos en nuestras ciudades y vecindarios luchando por reabrir de una forma exitosa y otros que desafortunadamente han cerrado sus puertas. De acuerdo a NPR, un año después de que vimos los primeros casos de COVID-19, unos 375 pequeños negocios en Washington, D.C. ya habían desaparecido en diciembre del año pasado, 2020. Para hablar de la situación actual y el futuro de los pequeños negocios latinos, tenemos con nosotros a la administradora de la Small Business Administration, SBA, Isabella Guzmán. La administradora Guzmán representa a los más de 30 millones de pequeños negocios existentes en los Estados Unidos y está comprometida a ayudar a los dueños de pequeños negocios y a los emprendedores a iniciar sus proyectos, crecer y ser resilientes. Welcome, Administrator Guzmán. It's really great to have you here today talking with El Tiempo Latino.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Our cities are open for business, and I am glad to see more activity, for example, around our headquarters in downtown DC for El Tiempo Latino. So it's great to see life coming back to normal. But before we get into the formal questions I have prepared for you today, in El Tiempo Latino, we are all wondering what are some of your favorite Latino restaurants in Washington, DC?
Well, I love District Taco. I think it's one of my favorites for sure, and my family's as a whole. So that's definitely my go-to.
Fantastic. I eat there very often too. Administrator Guzmán, let's start with the questions. What can you tell me about the result of the Restaurant Revitalization Program?
The Restaurant Revitalization Fund program was so needed for our small businesses. You know, so many Latino-owned businesses as well in the food and beverage business were really hard hit by the pandemic. We saw their revenues drop, their costs go up, and it was very difficult for them to stay afloat. This was an opportunity to make them whole so that they could recover and rebuild. And we've seen the impact. We've been able to distribute the $28.6 billion and $18 billion of that to our underserved subgroups that were prioritized, the women, the veterans, and the socially and economically disadvantaged businesses.
Thank you, Administrator Guzmán. I would like to know tell us more about what the SBA is doing with the Community Navigator pilot program. Latino small businesses need to succeed post-COVID. So we know this program is very important. Could you tell us more about it?
Yes, President Biden identified early on that connection to resources is so important. And we saw during the pandemic with businesses trying to access relief like PPP, that they were faced with some barriers to actually being able to take those resources. And so with the Community Navigator pilot program that was funded in the American Rescue Plan, we'll be able to create local champions, trusted local organizations and governments who can help small businesses connect to resources so that they can start to recover and thrive. And especially as we start to look at recovery and build back better priorities that the president has outlined.
Great. Thank you so much, Administrator Guzmán. Now, how is government and the private industry working together to help this economic recovery?
Now more than ever, we need everyone to support our small businesses. SBA is based on strong public-private partnerships with all the financial institutions and community financial institutions like CDFIs that really help our small businesses connect to capital. More importantly, with the President's Build Back Better agenda, we're looking to reframe the opportunities that so many small businesses try to build with their American dream. And I know especially for Latino businesses, the American dream is defined with entrepreneurship. It's an opportunity, a pathway to build wealth. And within the Build Back Better agenda, that framework, it allows for us to make some key investments in core areas of our economy like manufacturing, lowering some of the health insurance premiums for small businesses that we know limit their ability to compete in workforce and other challenges. And it also helps them with key investments in capital and scaling SBA's programs to help our small businesses connect to markets and opportunities to recover and thrive.
Thank you so much, Administrator Guzmán. Latino small businesses, as you say, and other businesses other small businesses that are representative of economically vulnerable populations face additional challenges to recover. How is the SBA working to address these issues?
Equity is first and foremost one of the biggest challenges, but also one that the Biden-Harris administration is very committed to. And for us, that means building local ecosystems that really support our small businesses. The Community Navigator pilot program that we mentioned is so key to making sure that we have trusted partners on the ground. But the SBA's programs, we are looking at all of our funding, all of our relief, our loans, our investments, as well as our technical assistance, to make sure that all of our businesses can access those supports to help them thrive. President Biden always says that ideas come from anywhere and everywhere. And we know that entrepreneurship is definitely thriving within the Latino community, starting at double the rate as the general population. So we need to make sure that they're able to connect to capital that makes sense for them. We need to meet them where they are in their business life cycle, in whatever industry they're in, to support them.
Thank you, Administrator Guzmán. Now we know women were disproportionately impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. What is the SBA doing specifically to help Latina-owned small businesses?
Well, one of the important things, too, in the Build Back Better agenda is making sure that our care economy is strong. And for Latina entrepreneurs in particular, struggling with both family duties as well as building your business is really a challenge. And so extending the child tax credit and making sure that paid family and medical leave is instituted, and further that our care economy is supported with key developments within those types of businesses. The SBA itself actually supports the care economy through loans to child care centers, both nonprofit and for-profit. And so we're really committed to making sure that there are no barriers to some of our women entrepreneurs. Beyond that, I think it's an equity agenda across the board. So when we look at our programs, like the loans or investments, we want to make sure that all businesses can access them. So it's about the design of the program as well as our outreach. And we're committed to making sure they know about these resources.
Thank you, Administrator Guzmán. Now, could you tell our audience what aids and grants are still available right now as of today for small businesses, and how could small business owners learn more about these options?
The SBA still is here to help with great relief. We still have billions of dollars available to support businesses in recovery. In particular, the COVID Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program is available. It's a great recovery tool for your business as it's low cost and it's long-term debt, and we defer payments. And so it really can help position businesses. We know they've assumed a lot of debt and been in a challenging position. And so this can give them some patient long-term capital so that they can make the investments they need to try to either reopen or recover and then eventually thrive and take advantage of opportunities. In addition, there's attached grant funding to those COVID EIDL grants for low-income and highly impacted businesses. So the SBA is available through district offices and online at sba.gov to seek out these resources. We want to be part of your team, and just think of us as partners as you try to navigate the federal government across the board. We are here to help you.
Thank you so much, Administrator Guzmán. So now, what should small business owners know about President Biden's recovery plan? I know we could talk a lot about that, but what is the most important thing small business owners should know about the president's plan?
Yeah, I think across the board, the Build Back Better agenda is really about making sure that our economy is fair for everyone. It's going to make the highest value investments and generate stronger, more sustainable economic growth for years and decades to come. And that's going to help the marketplace generally and our small businesses to thrive. That's really key. It's going to lower costs, for families overall. So those expenses, as well as advancing racial equity and enabling more people to participate in our economy. I've mentioned, some of the key benefits in terms of small businesses, but there are going to be critical investments in innovation that can help drive our manufacturing and supply chain. There's going to be investments in SBA's core programs around loans to make sure that you have the capital you need to seek opportunities, to seek marketplace advancement so that your business can grow and you can hire more people, because that's what small businesses do best, is they create those jobs for so many Americans.
Thank you so much, Administradora Guzmán. And what would be your message to the Latino community, especially to the Latino business owners from the small bodega in our neighborhoods, in our barrios, to the businesses that are small but not so small? What would you tell to all those business owners and to the Latino community in general?
Just that the federal government is here to help with some innovative new programs that can support you as you look to either reopen, recover your business, and start to look at opportunities to thrive into the future. We want to build your resilience with capital and investments. And so the SBA.gov is a great resource to arm your business with the tools that you need to survive during this economic recovery and beyond.
Thank you so much. Administradora Guzmán, thank you for your time. It's a pleasure to have you here. We'll make sure to share with our audience the link to the website of the SBA where they can find all the information they need. Thank you so much for being with us, and we hope you come back to talk with El Tiempo Latino.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you so much.